SaLuSa June 27, 2012 action is taking place, but as you have realized, it still does not hit the main press outlets, but the news will become so important that a point will come when it can no longer be hidden or ignored. Governments like to be in control and have always tried to cover up news about demonstrations or rebellions amongst the people. However, once the media gets hold of the real truth behind what is happening, they will take the side of the people. Naturally, there will still be those who take a defensive view of the happenings, fearing that the changes are going to seriously affect them. People do not want to face the idea that they are about to lose their power, or in some cases their ill-gotten wealth. No one will escape the financial changes or sharing of wealth, which shall be even greater by the inclusion of trust funds set up for this occasion. Be assured that immense planning has gone into ensuring that this immediate period allows for everyone's needs to be considered. It will take time to cover everything, but first the old system must be rid off and a new one put into its place. At the last moment there are inevitably stumbling blocks, but in the context of the whole mission they will not cause any undue delay. However, the pressure is mounting on those in the front line to get matters completely underway. It does require a lot of coordination, and although we are mainly in the background, we can nevertheless exert our authority to move things along. In fact, in certain instances such as the cabal's attempted false flag operations, we have been very much at the heart of matters. As always, we do encourage you to take the lead, as it was never intended that we did your work for you. The reasons are involved with karma, and you are expected to clear up problems created by yourselves. They do in fact go back a very long time, during which periods you have met the same conditions throughout many lives. Certainly you have made much progress since the turn of the century, but even so have had to make a supreme effort to stop the plan of the Illuminati reaching fruition. We have been part of the movement to enlighten people as to the threats against them and their liberty, and it has been very successful. Prior to that time you were being lulled into accepting the changes that were insidiously introduced bit by bit, that were removing your rights brick by brick. Thinking that they were infallible has allowed us to use the arrogance of the dark ones to turn the tables upon them, and they have been taken unawares. You should savor the coming times as you claim back your sovereignty, as it is nothing less than you deserve for having been treated as slaves for so long. As individuals, it does not matter too much what you may have done in the past, as you came to Earth to experience duality. All of you have had your ups and downs, and it is what you are today that really counts. It comes down to having learned the lessons that you needed to evolve, and you will all know how you stand in that respect. If you consider yourself to be of the light, you are undoubtedly on that path, and are unloading any baggage that you have accumulated. You are beginning to understand your true self, and live up to your desire to be of the light, and you will know better than anyone else how you are doing. Be of good heart, compassionate and loving to all souls, and if you are able to do so, you are well on the way to ascending. Times are approaching when communities may need to come together to assist those who may well be confused by what is about to happen. It will seem as though the world is being turned upside down, and the future uncertain. Some areas may be inconvenienced by shortages due to normal services being restricted. So it is important that you care for each other when the need arises. The problems will only be temporary with no long-term difficulties, as we are well prepared and already know where help will be needed. Face the future with cheerful anticipation and help maintain the peace that is essential at this time. We of the Galactic Federation are so pleased for you that at last you can really see the outworking of all the efforts that have been put in to bring an end to the restrictions that have blighted your lives. The controllers are on their way out, having been severely restricted in their ability to fund the vast operations they ran. When the banking changes are made, that will further reduce their power, and no longer will shady or illegal deals be possible. Dealings that are open and transparent will be the order of the day, and possible because the rogue dealers will have been removed. However, much has come from the top establishment, and that also will change with more accountability. You have capable people who know what needs to be done, and we will work with them. Your consciousness levels continue to rise, and that is a good sign, and your assurance of reaching a level high enough to ascend. The advantage is that you are now less likely to step backwards, and it will become easier to keep your focus on the light. You are getting immense help, and the pathway through the final months has more key points to come that will assist your upliftment. We continue to confirm that in spite of delays, everything proceeds well, and we are ready to spring into action at a minute's notice. We are in fact present on Earth in ways that are not immediately apparent, as we have bases that give us useful access to our allies. We can also more easily keep track on certain members of the Illuminati that are trying to avoid having to surrender. We wish your media would drop their hesitation to report the real news, as if it were carried out honestly it would reach more people who as yet have little idea of what is about to happen. In the meantime we look to you to spread the news where and when possible, and soon we shall arrange that our allies are given a voice that will reach the general public. Communication is very high up on our list and you shall see that a new system will be introduced far superior to what you have now. We want everyone to be able to use it and it will involve the use of free energy. I am SaLuSa from Sirius, and thank you for your ongoing perseverance. Thank you SaLuSa.